3:06 a.m. This is what is meant by ecstasy. They should have just told us this. They should have printed it in one of Shulgin's books. I recently had the privilege of experiencing 2CT7 and MDMA concurrently. The following are my impressions of the evening: 10:20 p.m. 828 mg gelcap of 2CT7. At the advice of practically everyone I'd talked to, I made sure my stomach was good and empty. Watched my friends each take some pure MDMA dissolved in water. 10:25 p.m. The MDMA began to work on my friends. Wow, that was fast. 11:30 p.m. Felt some twinges like the 2CT7 was beginning to hit me. Decided to stave off any nausea which could result from the 2CT7 by smoking a bunch of kind bud. 12 a.m. Felt some body effects and slightly increased persistence of vision. I'd call this T+0 for the 2CT7. Smoked some more pot. 12:30 a.m. By this point I'd been waiting 2 hours and I'd felt anxious and right on the edge of tripping for half an hour. When does this shit come up? 12:50 a.m. Set myself down on a nice mattress, listened to some techno, closed my eyes, and there it is. With a little imagination, I was saturated in closed-eye visuals. Endless patterns of images I could decipher at any point, all changing rapidly and bouncing in time with the music. The music itself demonstrated amazing depth and tone. I could deconstruct any unitone or backbeat in the air, recognizing many patterns and features of the songs I'd never noticed before. Oh, and I chewed a pen cap into oblivion. Jaw clenches. Yeah. 1:30 a.m. For 40 minutes I'd steeped, swum, and explored in a mental seascape of music, rhythm, and my subconscious. It all felt very controllable and very positive. Once I determined the trip was going to be a great time, I decided to go for the gusto. 125 mg MDMA, AQ, gulp. 2 a.m. Good Christ. The E had hit me like a 10 pounds mini-sledge to the skull, so 2 a.m. saw me rolling like crazy and tripping balls to boot. Open eye visuals present. Mostly trails and persistence of images, but also a lot of general wonder at the world around me. Closed eye visuals were still quite strong. 3 a.m. After listening to more good music, I was awash in a sea of fruity goodness. I found myself quite introspective. Instead of just the carefree ass-kicking trip of the 2CT7, there was added a layer of emotional probing and pondering the incredible dynamic of the people around me. 4:20 a.m. 4:45 a.m. Ventured out in search of food with some friends. I wasn't wearing shoes, so I knew I'd be booted from the diner quicker than you could say, ringworm. I didn't particularly care. Wasn't it enough to just walk in the gorgeous pre-dawn haze? The street lights were radiant, and the construction sites and deserted streets and fog looked like a scene from Blade Runner. Also popped some Prozac. 5 a.m. Kicked out of the diner. Closing parenthesis. I walked home in wide-eyed wonder at the wonderful world around me. 5:30 a.m. Upon returning home, I'd no sooner gone to my room than I managed to embed a good-sized, 2 mm per side, cube of glass in my left heel. After trying unsuccessfully to remove it by hand, I proceeded to the bathroom to remove it using a knife. Now, normally this would be a chore I'd begrudgingly accept, comes with the barefoot territory, but I found the task positively engrossing, pleasant, even. With a slight smile and a splash or two of gore, I scooped out the offending hunk of glass and decided to put some socks on. 6 a.m. The effects of the 2CT7 are pretty much done with, and the E was in its bug-out neurotic no-sleep zombie stage. Sleep? Hey, sure. I smoked some more weed instead. 7 a.m. I finally felt calm enough to get into bed. 8 a.m. Dozed off, and had a reasonably okay night of sleep. End note. Sometime in the morning, as humans are wont to do, I peed. While gazing relievedly into the urinal, I saw superimposed over the several hole drain graffiti in the pattern of the word, lucky. Judging from this and the general character of the trip, I'd have to call this, lucky flipping.